Esta semana estuvimos hablando de estos verbos blow, bleed, bite y beat en nuestro diccionario semanal del canal. Si usted se ha perdido esas palabras, haga clic aquí arriba para que se las aprenda todas y aprenda pues mucho vocabulario en inglés. Yo les comentaba que en el ejercicio de escucha, que es este que usted está escuchando ahora mismo, íbamos a hablar acerca de esto: maquillaje de heridas, efectos especiales y demás. Si usted está interesado en este material, en la descripción, en el primer comentario de este video, le dejo el enlace para que le dé un vistazo. Entonces, vamos a hablar de eso: maquillajes, heridas, efectos especiales, algo relacionado con el cine. Pero dentro de lo que hablemos van a aparecer los verbos que estudiamos en el transcurso de la semana, los verbos que aprendimos. ¿Listo? Entonces, su misión ya sabe cuál es. Usted va a poner mucha atención y va a tratar de detectar en qué momento digo yo estos verbos. Recuerden que los verbos pueden estar tanto en presente, como en pasado, como en participio pasado. Así que usted debe poner muchísima atención. Y antes de comenzar, recordarle que se puede descargar esta aplicación para el curso completo desde cero. ¿Listo? En el primer comentario le dejo el enlace para que se la descargue. Sin más que decir, chicos, vamos a comenzar a hablar en inglés. Paren oreja para detectar estas palabras en inglés. Comencemos. Personally, I really love the world of cinema. Actually, it is well known as the seventh art. When I was a child, or not exactly a child, when I was, or actually it was more or less 3 years ago, I was the kind of person who used to think that I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be an actor, and I used to say, oh, being an actor, being famous must be something amazing for me. And I had the opportunity to work as an extra in a TV series here in my country. And of course, that series is going to be uploaded to Netflix in the future. And I had the opportunity to see how the actors perform behind the scenes, how the actors work. And I realized that it is something that I actually don't like. Yeah, after seeing that experience, or after living that experience, I realized that being an actor is not an easy job. It is not very easy, actually, because as I told you, I had the experience of as an extra in a film, and I had to be with the principal actors, and I had to see how they record behind the scenes. But anyway, it is a profession, and it is something that I really respect. Okay, of course I like cameras, and it was talking about just a normal TV series in my country. But I think, for example, when famous, really famous actors, like for example Tom Cruise or Angelina Jolie or those kind of actors, or Hollywood actors, I think that job must be even harder than the series that record or are recorded in my country. Yeah, because for example, in movies as Resident Evil, they use a lot of special effects in Resident Evil, or in movies like Mission Impossible, or in movies like The Wolf of Wall Street. They use a lot of special effects in a different way, of course, because for example in Resident Evil they use special effects when people bleed a lot in their faces, when where they have to use masks, and where they have, and of course other thing is that in post-production they have to add special effects, yes, with CGI and computers, and they have to put the blood on the faces and the mask, and change the image, the quality, yeah. But in movies like Resident Evil, a lot of people bleed, a lot of people have to look as a zombie, and of course the special effects there must be very good special effects in order to make people believe that they are zombies and that they are bleeding all the time. Yeah. In Resident Evil, there are also some scenes where they use dogs, and the dogs are also zombies. And actually, in those movies, the dogs bite other people or normal people, and when dogs bite other people, the people start bleeding, and when they bleed, they become or they transform. Pay attention, they transform in zombies. Yeah, but it is because the dog bit them and they just got infected. Yes. Another example like this is, for example, in the film. In the film here I have the name of the film. Soy leyenda. I am a legend. In I am a legend, there is a scene where the dog, where the principal dog, it is a pastor alemán or a German shepherd. The dog is beaten by other dogs that are infected, and the dog finally dies. Or actually, the dog didn't die, but Will Smith had to kill the dog because the dog was transforming in a dog zombie. Let me say it, but it was because the dog was beaten. Yes, and if Will had left the dog alive, of course the dog was going to beat him. The dog was going to attack him, and he was going to transform in a zombie too. So he had to kill the dog. Yeah. Other movies or other kind of special effects that are not so dramatic, because in Resident Evil and in I Am Legend, of course, the special effects are where people are bleeding and where people have to use masks, of course, because that is the principal or the main topic of the film. But there are other kind of films which use different special effects. For example, in movies as The Day After Tomorrow. In movies that The Day After Tomorrow, where they show a storm, where they show a hurricane, yes, and the hurricane blows in the city and people get frozen, yeah. The special effects in that movie are absolutely different. There is no blood, but there is a natural disaster where the wind blows very hard and it destroys the city, and the hurricane blows in the city, and people get freeze. Yeah, the special effects in that kind of movie or in those kind of movies are absolutely different. But anyway, they are special effects, and of course, people have to use makeup. Yeah, special effects makeup. In this case, it is not blood, but in this case, it is makeup to make people look as if they were frozen, and they have to look kind of white or blue or something like that. Yeah. Other film where they use special effects, but they are more discreet, or they are not so evident, are for example in the movie The Wolf of Wall Street. It is a movie recorded by Leonardo DiCaprio, or the main character is Leonardo DiCaprio, and it tells us the story of a man who is a kind of investor, and that man is working in the Wall Street Center, yeah, and this person or this character has to bid to win the auctions, yeah. But the matter is that after that he starts doing illegal things, or he starts doing things that are actually illegal, and at the end, well, he ends going to prison and something like that. Anyway, that is the plot of the film. But what I mean is that the special effects in this kind of movie are not about makeup, but the special effects in this movie are about CGI and the green screen. Yeah. But anyway, they use special effects, and of course they have to use different costumes and so on. Yeah. But speaking generally, this movie doesn't have special effects like Resident Evil or So I'm Legend, because it is a movie of investors. It is a movie based in real life, and of course, as it is based in real life, the special effects mustn't be so dramatic or so exaggerated, for example. Okay, because as I told you, in this movie, the man what the man has to do is to bid in the Wall Street to try to win the auctions and so on. And another example, and another final example is for example in the movie by Will Smith. This movie is called The Pursuit of Happiness. The Pursuit of Happiness. It is with Will Smith and his little son. And in this movie, they tells the story of I don't remember the name of the man, but it is based in real life, and it is also about a broker, a man who is poor, and that man starts working as a broker, and he starts bidding to win different auctions. He starts to bid to win different clients and to be recognized because he is looking for a job. He is looking for a place in the Wall Street, and he has to work in that way. But personally, I have to say that it is an excellent movie for people who like stories of entrepreneurship and so on. I personally like it. I personally like these kind of movies, biographies of people who have been successful in life, because that is exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah. So I really recommend you this kind of movies. ¿Usted sabe qué significa esto de aquí? Haga clic. Haga clic. En serio. Vaya. Haga clic, hombre. Bueno, o si no, suscríbase aquí a este canal y nos vemos en el siguiente audio para entrenar el oído. Nos vemos a la próxima.